All right, I'll start. Just injuries. I don't have a lot of updates for you guys. We'll have our medical meeting tonight. Pierce obviously still in the protocol, and then I'll get some more information on Jalen Jones as well from the game.
Take a first question from Kent.
Hey, Shane. Is there a point in a game like that yesterday where you guys are up 38-7 and all of a sudden they kind of come rolling back? Is there a point where you get nervous a little bit?
Not nervous. I think it's just one of those deals where we got to finish the game out. We can't allow it to get to that point. And that's a mindset and that's an attitude that we got to have when we get those big leads. That we got to finish games out and not make it close.
James.
I know you mentioned injuries. Is Quentin okay? We saw him get rolled up on and slam his helmet.
Yeah, he came back in. He was ready to roll.
Gotcha. And then to follow up to what Kent said, why do you think the game shifted the way it did? Not only for you all, but for them too. It was like, 7-0, then 38 straight points and 23 straight points. So how do you kind of square it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to look really hard at it. I looked at it hard last night. I'm going to continue to look at it. Obviously, I've talked to coaches that have done it at a high level, that have been in those situations and get their advice on certain things. But obviously, I'm going to keep looking at it so those situations don't occur, anymore.
Nate.
And Shay, I know you said on Friday it was looking like a long shot for Juju Brents. Do you have a sense for what this week looks like for him yet?
I don't. I'll get some more information tonight, probably.
Okay.
Kevin.
Shay, I know Anthony was asked after the game about like warming up with that rugby ball. What's kind of the thought process behind you guys as a staff and wanting him to do that?
Well, I think, that's one of the things that he likes to do. Like you said, he kind of feels it's a bigger ball. And then obviously when he gets a normal football, he feels like he can rip a normal football and grip it better. So that's kind of his, routine warm up that he's kind of, done himself and he likes it. And that's where it's at.
You guys had a lot of balance early play calling wise. And then after the interception, obviously it was a ton of run heavy. How much did that pick kind of influence you sticking with the run as much as you did?
It didn't. I mean, but really, I stuck with the run because it was working really well. To be honest, Kevin, I mean, we were popping big runs and obviously had a franchise record of 335. And when something was working, I wasn't going to, get away from it. So,
Steven.
Hey, Shane. I mean, there are like a lot of fast guys in the NFL, but is there something different about JT's level of speed, particularly on the second, third level?
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I think when he does get to the second and third level and he breaks it, like you can just see the burst. There are guys that run the 4.4s and the 4.5s, but the game speed's real, and that's what he has. I mean, his game speed is as real as it gets, and his vision when he does get to the second, third level to make those guys miss and get out in space. It was impressive, very impressive to watch yesterday.
And when you combine that speed with the vision and his feet, I mean, just how unique is that whole package that he has?
I mean, it's unique as it gets, to be honest. I mean, I've been around a few guys, but his vision, his patience, his burst, you guys heard me say that a lot, but I mean, it's impressive. And when it gets rolling like it did yesterday, especially with the O-line blocking the way they did for him, it was special.
James.
So I've been going through these playoff scenarios myself, and I get confused every time I look at them. So do you have someone on your staff that like explains all this stuff to you and gives it to you in a very simple way, if there is a simple way?
Yeah, we got a guy. Our guy Charlie in the building. He's great. So he gives them to us. Look at him briefly, but obviously we got to control what we can control, and that's what matters.
Tell Charlie to call me because I need some help.
You can look it up. It's online somewhere, I promise you.
Chap.
Hey, Shane. Again, when the run game's working, you just stick with it. But have you been involved with a game where your quarterback throws 11 passes because he doesn't need to throw 12?
No, that was probably a first for me, that we were running it that good, that we didn't have to throw it. So yeah, it was impressive. The run game.
And certainly you don't force it just to have throw passes. I mean, you go once the game gets going like it, you go with the flow of the game, right?
100%. I mean, when you're running it that good and you're up 38-7 and you're still running it, good the way we were to get to 38 points. Shoot, it was awesome to be a part of that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Where'd that O-line run block day rank for you guys this year? I mean, if you go back and watch the 2 home runs, I mean, he's hardly touched.
Yeah, I think it was up there, obviously number one. I think as far as run blocking wise, for sure. I mean, the holes that they created for JT to run through and Anthony as well were huge. And there was a few other ones too. I think I mentioned that last night. There was a few other ones that were close to breaking through for big ones too. And so it was great.
And then on that 3rd and 8 late, did you have much internal debate about throwing it and the fact that Anthony delivered that like he did? I mean, that's a ball that we've seen him miss. What was kind of your thought process there?
Definitely had to throw in that situation. Obviously, they had all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning there. And so 3rd and 8, wanted to throw it to get the first in that situation, and he delivered.
Couple more here. James.
What's your thoughts on Jalen Carlisle coming back and playing the way he did? Team high 10 tackles. And then also the A.D. Mitchell catch, just what that did for your offense. And really him throughout this, season, and he's had some up and down moments.
Yeah, having Carly's back was huge. He made some good plays for us flying around, which was good to see him back in the action. And then AD obviously catching that go ball on 3rd down over the shoulder. Hell of a catch in that situation to go obviously get us in position to go score. So it was a big time play by AD. It was good to see that.
Then we'll do our last question from George.
Shane, looking back at Anthony's touchdown, Q kind of ushering him in there on the pool. What makes Nelson such a dominant player when he's out in space like that?
I think his competitive nature that he brings every single day, his toughness, his attitude, his love for the game, and he plays that way. I mean, he shows up for his guys every single day and does it the right way, and plays for the guy next to him every single time. And he's got that relentless determination that you want up front, and just a hell of a leader for us. And obviously, when we need a big play too, a lot of times he's our lead blocker in those situations, and he did a hell of a job for us yesterday.